Hello, ladies. This is JJ DiGeronimo. I am so thrilled to be with you today. So congratulations for making the time and picking you to join all of us today. These types of gatherings are so important because one, we can see each other. We can celebrate what we've accomplished and we can share what we have learned. And today I'm going to be talking about sidestepping imposter syndrome. Now, this is not something I was aware of when I was your age. And in fact, it just really hit my radar over the last 5 years when I was writing my second book, Accelerate Your Impact. I didn't understand how many of us doubt what is possible. And imposter syndrome is loosely defined as doubting your abilities and feeling like a fraud. And for many of us, we put this pressure on ourselves when we start new initiatives, when we plan out our goals, or when we aspire to take that next step in school or even eventually in your career. And let me assure you, this is not just something that happens to some of us. This happens to all of us, men and women. But unfortunately, research shows that women take fewer risks than men. So oftentimes we don't have that ability to build self-efficacy. Now, self-efficacy is having a vision for where you want to go and believing you can achieve it. And self-efficacy is only enhanced when you take on things before you're ready. So if you're waiting to be 100% prepared, or in many cases 120% prepared, you lose out on the opportunity to build your self-efficacy. And self-efficacy helps you overcome imposter syndrome, because as I mentioned, imposter syndrome is a doubting your ability. But if you have experiences that remind you that, hey, yeah, I felt like this before, and I was able to still overcome those feelings and achieve those milestones, that experience helps you gain a knowing and awareness that you can do it even if you doubt yourself. So how do you go about overcoming imposter syndrome? The first way is recognizing it. When you talk to yourself or you make plans or you aspire to achieve something monumental, how do you talk to yourself? Do you say, yeah, you're not going to be able to do it, or you're never going to be able to accomplish that, who do you think you are? Or do you say, yeah, this might be hard, but I think I can do it? Or are you way far on the other side of the spectrum where you say, you know what, this is going to be hard, but if anyone can do it, I can do it? I think monitoring where you are on that spectrum, from absolutely no way I can do it to yes, I can, is really the first step, is really recognizing how do you talk to yourself. And do you have different conversations with yourself depending on what you're working on? So something you've been doing a long time, maybe a sport, or a class or a discipline or a subject like math or science, you might be always proving to yourself you can do it. So you have a very positive conversation in those realms. But things you're taking on for the first time, maybe you beat yourself up too much. Or maybe you're saying, you know what, I'm good at those things, but I'm never going to be good at this. Monitoring how you talk to yourself is super important. And honestly, the first step in really understanding where am I on the spectrum, and do I need some outside reassurance, or is there things I can read or revisit to reassure myself that I can get through this milestone? Because many times women wait to raise their hand or apply for a position or even be recognized because they're waiting to be 100% or completely over-prepared. And as I mentioned before, being over-prepared is great and nice, but you stifle yourself from building that self-efficacy I previously mentioned. Again, self-efficacy is having a vision for where you want to go and believing you can achieve it. So after you recognize, one, do I have that voice? Two, what reassurance do I need? Three, who are people in my life that can help me? Do I have parents or teachers or friends that can reassure me when I'm not feeling confident in my ability? So who are those people around you that can reassure you and be your cheerleaders? And even take it a step further. Maybe there are people in your life that can give you advice, or make a connection for you, or write a testimonial or a reference for you, or open a door that you might want to go through that you don't have connections to make that happen. So really thinking about who that might be, and it may even be someone nominating for you. Think about how you might have gotten this nomination or even gotten in the seat you are in right now. How did that happen? And I think one of the last steps for me is writing down my accomplishments. I keep a notebook in my office that I write down every Friday, all the things that happen throughout the week. And I use it several ways. One, I use it sometimes just to remember what happened 2 years ago. But the other way I use it is I look back to say, oh, I remember when I thought I couldn't do that and look at where I am now. Or I remember when I thought that wasn't possible and look when that happened. So I think words of affirmation, a list of things you've accomplished, even maybe a picture board or a vision board of where you want to go, but also where you've been is super important, because imposter syndrome is going to pop up throughout your entire life. And knowing that all of us struggle with it is, one, super important, but two, having strategies that you can use to recognize that I'm having that inner voice that's telling me I can't do this right now, but I know how to step around that. I know how to work around that, and I know this is normal. Now, as I part with you, I just want to remind you, one, that it's absolutely fantastic that you are here. But two, this is just a preview of all the things you're able to accomplish in your life. If you're in this room right now, you have already succeeded at your grade and you're already making a mark on the world. So stay with it, and remind yourself that you might need reassurance, and it may come internally. It might require you to look at things you've already done, and it might require you to reach out to people around you to help you get through those major milestones in life that you can absolutely do, but recognizing that you're always going to have some level of doubt. You're never going to feel like I got this all the time. And hopefully you'll reflect back on today, on these sessions, on these conversations, and remember that it takes all of us to be successful. And when you can pull someone up behind you or push someone forward ahead of you or empower each other together, the world will be a better place. And we need more women at more tables. So I am absolutely thrilled you're here. I'm looking forward to staying in touch. And thank you, KeyBank, for sponsoring another year of bringing us together and empowering women for the next generation workforce. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Congratulations.